Shares of Starbucks under pressure in the after-hour session. The company lowering its long-term guidance moments ago. Our own Kate Rogers is in New York City at the Coffee Giants Investor Day. Hi, Kate.
Hi, Melissa. That's right. We are here in New York City at their Investor Day. Starbucks, of course, coming off a really strong fourth quarter. They did reiterate their full year 2019 guidance, which includes opening up 2,100 net new stores around the globe. But as you mentioned, the stock started to fall here in the after hours after new CFO Pat Grismer disclosed their longer-term financial targets, consolidated revenue growth of 7 to 9% and adjusted EPS growth of at least 10%. That's down from prior guidance of at least 12%. Now, the company also made a very big announcement today in that it's teaming up with Uber Eats for delivery across the country here in the U.S. Now, this comes after Starbucks tested delivery in both Tokyo and Miami with Uber Eats. Today, they announced an expansion to nearly a quarter of their U.S. company-operated stores beginning in early 2019. Starbucks does partner, remember, with Alibaba in China for delivery with Ele.me on-demand food delivery. We also got a chance to sit down with Starbucks COO Rosalind Brewer today on Closing Bell. We talked to her a bit about this Uber Eats announcement. Here's what she had to say about future profitability.
It's one of the things that we're evaluating because it does cost more to deliver coffee. But what I will see and tell everyone is that, we're seeing an expanded ticket. And that average ticket is really what we need to see happen as we approach delivery. So we're encouraged right now, but we're actually monitoring that very carefully.
I also got a chance to sit down with the company's CEO, Kevin Johnson, earlier in the day. He said right now his focus is on doing what Starbucks does best and creating these big strategic partnerships that complement what the company does best, from Alibaba in China to the Nestle Global Coffee Alliance and now Uber Eats. Lots of news today, Melissa. Back over to you.
All right, Kate, thank you. Kate Rogers at the Starbucks meeting here in New York City. Guy, what do you make of Starbucks here in the push delivery? I mean, it costs a lot of money to deliver one cup of coffee.
And they took EPS, so they took EPS guidance down. So you have to ask yourself, did it deserve a 22, 23 multiple before this? Certainly doesn't now. Just go back and look. So in June, the stock basically went from 57.5-ish down to 49 in a straight line, and then spent the rest of basically the summer getting that back. Earlier, a couple months or so ago, the stock went from 57.5 to 65 in a straight line. What do I think is going to happen? It's going to do exactly what it did in opposite over the summer, which is revert back to the mean. The mean has been somewhere around $60. You can do the math, and that multiple makes sense, but at current levels doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I feel like it fills that gap as well to the downside. But when you look at the other side of it, Dunkin' Brands, that one looks a little more stable on the charts. It's only up about 10% year to date, while Starbucks is up 16%. But I think coffee, they sort of trade together. Just Dunkin' Brands has a less gappy chart, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Karen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. Just sort of what Guy said. It neither has explosive growth, nor does it have a really cheap multiple. It's just sort of okay. It'll probably do similar to the market, sort of uninspiring. But
I thought the COO comment about delivery is really interesting. Expanded checks, right? So it's not really delivering one cup of coffee. It's about like somebody in the office saying, "Hey, I'm getting a flat maca, lacca, whatever," and then 5 other people say yes. But I would just say this: is that coffee delivery is not the most intuitive thing. It's not like the Instacart guys.
Think of how messy coffee delivery is.
So I just think ultimately they're going to have a similar issue is that when they started going digital mobile ordering in their shops, it was kind of screwed things up a little bit.
Well, I think they want to add food to that as well to get that bill
but have you had their food?
It depends what it is. I'm not as fancy as you are.
1986, that was
1986.
That's when I started working, and one of my jobs was
get
making
coffee.
And you had to make sure. No, but so I can. If I could do it 32 years ago, I'm sure Starbucks can do it.
Wait, you were a coffee boy at 32 years old?
32 years ago.
86, you were 32. That's where we're going with this thing. Got it.